Lego Lord of the Rings is back, and this time it is in brickhead form. But it's time to get building. First bag dumped and built. So here we have Gandalf and the Balrog actually put together. So I think these came together really well. One of the funny things is Gandalf's hair he has like a little haircut, but you just take a look at it, looks pretty good. And then he's got Glamdring right there, his sword, and his staff. So this is then him versus the Balrog. And they actually look really good. These are pretty good brickheads. They're probably among my favorite, but we're gonna have to build the other ones. And also, I thought this was interesting. While building Gandalf, under his beard, he has actual neck. They could have totally used any color piece, but they used his flesh colored, even though it's going to be totally covered up by his beard. And even though there are no printed pieces on these figures, besides their eyes, of course, I really do like these brickheads. Time to build the next one. I'm gonna have to take back what I said. Aragon is now leading in my favorite brickhead. Just look at this guy. He looks so good. He's got his crown piece and it goes all the way around. And then he has some nice armor and his sword. Very good, King Aragon. And then we have Arwen in her ceremonial clothing, which also looks very good. Elvish print up there. And this is a very Lord of the Rings aesthetics. And then this is weird. King Aragorn has some of the most colorful bricks hidden beneath his royal armor. And when Aragon's all built and armored up, you can't even tell that he's all colorful on the inside. So let's get to our final brickheads, Frodo and Gollum. This shows how small Gollum is. He has one bag. These are all the pieces we're gonna need. I will build this in a heartbeat. Whereas like the Balrog, he had 3 whole bags and took a little bit of time to build. He's very substantial. So like, I think it's kind of funny though, how Gollum is a 3x3 brickhead, and then Frodo, who's supposedly like the same size, is a 4x4 brickhead. And like all these others are 4x4. So we're gonna have some problems coming up. But first, let's build them so we actually can compare what they really look like. And here we have Gollum all finished with Frodo. And okay, these are definitely my least favorite of the new line. I have to say probably the worst part is just this right there. Frodo I feel like his hair is supposed to come in front a little bit. So I will be fixing that, figure that out a little bit later date. And then his cape also feels a little bit big. Like he just feels kind of fat and big. Like, let's take a look. Here's Aragorn next to Frodo. Like sure, Frodo's smaller, but hobbits are definitely more the size of Gollum. So I think if all the hobbits were the size of Gollum, that would be good. I do want to look at this new Lord of the Rings line next to the original theme. So we will be looking at that real soon. But first, I thought we should compare the Funko Pop to the Lego, because Lego brickheads are basically Lego's equivalent to Funko Pop. Now that's, wow, okay, actually very comparable for Funko Pop to Lego. Like Lego, of course, is going to have the Lego feel. So then here we have Gandalf, and Gandalf doesn't have his hat, a little battered. Okay, there we go. Those look pretty good. And then over here we have Frodo. Oh, like look at this Frodo. This kind of goes to show what I was talking about, the hair. Up here, he has his hair in front of his face. So like, I feel like if they just did something along that top line to make his hair look good, then the Frodo would be awesome. And then over here we have Gollum as well. So there's Gollum, Slinky, and not so Slinky. So one of the things I really like about the brickhead Gollum is he's much cuter. This Gollum looks very scary and evil. But along the lines, those are pretty good. So now I was looking at getting the Aragon and Arwen Funko Pops, but they're each at least like $50, and I was like, that's a little bit lots compared to like $10, because I'm used for Funko being $10, not a full 50. So if you're wanting Aragorn and Arwen, you can go ahead and get the brickheads for a lot cheaper than the Funko Pops. And lastly, before we head up to look at all these next to the original theme, I just wanted to say I am very happy that Lord of the Rings is coming back and that we have these brickheads to at least revive the theme. And I'm hoping people show Lego that we do want Lord of the Rings. And I'm so far thinking that we are, because if you go to lego.com, the Aragon and Arwen set, that is completely sold out. Well, and they're on back order now. And then the Balrog and Gandalf set is also sold out on back order. And then, because this one's my least favorite set of them all, I think this one's not sold out yet, but if they just fix that hairline, I think we'd be good. So let's head upstairs to look at these. Alrighty, we're in our upstairs Lego room. So Gollum, he belongs most kind of probably in this underground area. So there we go, Gollum. Okay, next, Frodo. He definitely is a Shire folk. So Frodo goes in the Shire. And then King Aragon, only if we had Gondor, but I'm gonna have to put him in Middle Earth. Not Middle Earth, of course he's going to Middle Earth, but Helm's Deep. And, probably Arwen in Rivendell. That would make most sense. And then over here we got Gandalf. Okay, this is hard. We can put him up here in Dol Guldur. We could also put him in the Shire. We already have someone in the Shire. Or Mines of Moria. I think Mines of Moria. We're going to put Gandalf and the Balrog in the Mines of Moria. But I kind of want them both to be in different places. Okay, Gandalf's got to be somewhere else. Okay, Dol Guldur it is. So he goes up here. So there we go. We have all our brickheads sitting amongst our collection. Oh, that looks like a big hodgepodge, but there's some friendly faces, not so friendly, but some friendly faces all about in this collection. Like 6 months ago, I made a Merry and Pippin brickheads, and this is the way I think the hobbits are supposed to be. They're not supposed to be the size of Frodo. Okay, but we also have, I think, a better spot for our brickheads will be on the brickhead shelf. That's probably a better spot that looks much more organized and more suited than my hodgepodge of the other Lego stuff.